If you want to start knitting in 2026, here's everything you need to make your very first sweater. First of all, you're going to need a pattern, and I really recommend using one that excites you. A sweater takes time and you want to have the motivation to actually finish it. So take one that inspires you, that motivates you, and not something just because it's labeled easy. You can find good patterns on websites like Ravelry or Etsy, and there's even some really good free beginner patterns online, so you don't even have to spend money on this. The pattern will also tell you exactly which yarn you need and how many stitches to make your swatch. You can absolutely substitute yarn from one brand to another brand or one fiber to another fiber, but you have to keep some things in mind. I will dig deeper into yarn substitution in my next video, so follow along if you're interested in that. How much yarn you need then depends on the size that you want to knit, and is also stated in the pattern. And to choose the right size for your sweater, it's very helpful to have a measuring tape, but you can also do that by eye, so this is not a must-have, but it is really helpful indeed and not very expensive. What you obviously do need are knitting needles. Most sweaters are knit on circular needles, and the pattern also indicates the size of the needle and the length of the wire that you need, so that one is also really easy. Then you need stitch markers. They can look like this, and they're very important if you're knitting in rounds to indicate the beginning of the round or to mark where you want to do increases or decreases, and they're actually really cheap and you're going to be using them all the time, so definitely worth to buy them. And in the end, when you finish knitting your sweater, you will need a wool needle to sew in the loose threads. And that is actually everything you need to start knitting in 2026.